Hello and welcome to the October update for the Sandwich and Ashford Model Railway. Next, you can probably see that I've had some other additions on the platform. I've had some benches and also some bus shelters, but I've used them as platform shelters, and there's actually people on the layout. That was another present I got, along with some litter bins, another little station accessories which are down there. Just arrived into the platform there is the new addition to the layout, which is the Southern 171. Got this off eBay. Been looking for one for quite a while, and I've seen some of them go for about £200. This one is a weathered one, and I picked this one up for 125, so I was very happy with the price that I've got for this. It was used before, but not used a lot, and it needs probably a still good amount of running in really. I've only put a DCC decoder in this end so far, which is the motor end, and I've connected up the lights also. So I've still yet to put another decoder in the other end of it. Hello and welcome to the December update for the Sandwich and Ashford Model Railway. Okay, so over here on the Sandwich section I've started the TMD, and as you can see I have been using polyfiller around the rails and the sleepers to create that concrete effect in the depot area. But as you can see from like the second line in from the left, due to the sanding down and trying to file it down to sort of make a smooth concrete effect, I've sort of worn away some of the paint that I did put on there in the first instance, and on the far right lane I haven't even scraped off the excess of the paint off the top of the rails yet, so there's a bit more work to be done over here. So first of all we have the TMD, which I have sorted out from the last update, where you saw that the lines were still covered on the far right, and there was a few marks to be covered up in terms of painting over. It's come out rather well now. Over the far right will be, I'm going to move the refueling line. I've moved it over to the far side down there. Put some small tanks in behind it, hopefully in between. Welcome to the February update for the Sandwich and Ashford Model Railway, and the major change since the last update, as you can see, is the ballast. I have completely ballasted the whole of the Sandwich section and in and around the TMD. Hello and welcome to the March update for the Sandwich and Ashford Model Railway. So I recycled a chair leg and used that for the main cylinder to hold the fuel. The bottom supporting structure is then made out of a Dapol footbridge kit side part, which I had left over. I've stolen a ladder from a Traintronic Signal, and then the piping that comes off the front and a little pipe on the top, and there's one on the back as well, has been taken from the Nightwing fueling kit, which I got these fuel pipes from originally. One of the new things I've got, which Bachmann have released recently, is the cycle cabinets, and these are typically found in the southeastern region in this blue colour, so it's all gone very nicely with the rest of my southeastern blue station accessories. And behind that is the IHA steel carrier wagons, which I have repainted and got from a Roco 3-wagon pack, so I do have 6 wagons as the rake behind the collis rail. They did come in a very bright red originally, and stripped that down and repainted them into the colour seen today on the network. And these trains run between Dollans Moor and Margam. So that's the project there. There's still a few minor details to be added onto the wagons, which you'll see hopefully going around in a future video. Okay, so this is the main area of work of scenery since the last update, and working from the far right, there's a fence that runs along the railway, which behind that is a chicken coop. But next to that is then the start of what would be a caravan site with a caravan there, and then there's a fence which separates the caravan site to the access bridge here, which runs off the Sandwich station platform and goes down off into what would be the sort of town scene for Sandwich. And I've added all the decals to it, which have been all the numbers, the South Eastern logo, and also the name for the train, which is the Medway Valley Line, and the number is 375304. So I've added all those onto the train. Other little details I've had to add with the decals as well is also the disabled door, which I will take you down to have a look at now. Okay, so in this view, this is the centre coach, and on the far left is the disabled door with the blue markings above the door and the disabled badges just underneath the windows of the door. And on the far right you can also see the nameplate on the train. Hello and welcome to the July update for the Sandwich and Ashford Model Railway. I have been doing a lot of scenery work since the last update, and the first area that I did was this last corner on the Sandwich section. So I've now filled in the remaining white space of board that was left on the layout, and I filled it as I described in the last update with the trees alongside the reversing siding from the Sandwich platform, and fields behind with the sheep in them, which if I move the Network Rail 73 out of the way, you'll be able to see the sheep in the field, as well as a nice hedge and fence which runs alongside the railway. The Hornby Class 73 doesn't come with directional lighting as standard, so I've simply added two white LEDs into the loco and connected it up to the DCC decoder to provide me with the lighting, so I know which way the loco is travelling, which is especially helpful when in tow with the GRVs. The next plan with the TMD is that hopefully add some more sort of signs and stop boards and speed limits in the area, and the next thing I'm going to be doing across the whole of the layout will be to enhance the scenery, so adding little details here and there and basically upgrading what I've already done. One of the first things I think I'm going to do over the next few months is to start possibly weathering the ballast around the TMD. Hello and welcome to the October update, and in this update I will be showing you how I have been improving the scenery on the layout and especially around the TMD area. So I think about halfway through upgrading the TMD area and weathering the sidings here. You'll see the difference between obviously the running lines, which looks like it's got newer ballast, and the weathering of the sidings in the TMD. And so far, using the products, I've found that the Humbrol weathering powders are a bit more effective and easier to use than the Modelmate spray. The TMD area has also been repainted in a grey primer, and the two lines to the right here, I've completed those so far with a bit of extra weathering in there, which is just basically black paint which looks a bit more like an oil and dirt effect on the TMD concrete. Welcome to the November update for the Sandwich and Ashford Model Railway, where I have now finished the scenery improvements to the Sandwich TMD. You'll also see that I've populated the Network Rail offices car park, and I've also re-wallpapered the brick wall, as this got quite heavily weathered, and I've re-wallpapered it into a different type of brick compared to the other brick paper around the layout. More people to add to on that side, and then possibly a bit more finer detailing on this side, and then it's there or thereabouts, near enough to a standard which I'm very happy with. So thank you very much for watching, and thank you to all my new subscribers.